Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and it appears that we've loaded very late into this battle. It's already started, and the player is Haenry, and he's only just reacted, and the battle's been going for 20 seconds. He's in a Fifi, the 105 leFH18B2, the otherwise known to tank drivers as the leFH, and he's on the defending spawn of Karelia. Now, we've got a T-67 of the enemy team, and he's sitting up on the hill there, but that was not dialed in, so obviously it was not going to hit the target. He's got a 105mm gun. Oh, and he just smacked the rear of that T-67 for 342 hit points, virtually all of his health with one shot, and that's the kill shot. 18 hit points was enough to finish him off. T-3485. Now it's tier 6, and the VP is a tier 5 Arty, based on the Char B1 heavy tank, the French heavy tank. He fires around him where the T-3485 was last seen, but he's not there. SU-100M fires around him, gets a hit, 155 hit points, good shot. Fires another one in, this should be on target. Oh no, just slightly outstunned him though, funnily enough. And that one just lands to one side. Now he's partnered with an M41 HMC. That's got a 155mm howitzer, and that's a hit for 103. So that's probably what stunned that SU-100M1. And that one didn't have enough lead on the target. Now you can see the reload time is really fast, 7.5 seconds on this 10.5cm light field howitzer, because that's what the leFH stands for, light field howitzer. No, that wasn't fully dialed in. Normally if you've got a gun laying drive, you can dial in fully on the target before you've reloaded, and that means you can hit accurately with shot after shot after shot. But he's not getting accurate shots on that SU-100, so he's going to go for a bigger target, and that appears to be the OI experimental. He fires where he thinks the OI is going, and he gets a hit. In fact, actually, he killed the OI. He must have set fire to it. He must have set fire to it, because it appeared only after a few seconds after the shot went in. So he gets a hit on the KV-1's engine deck, fires another round in, gets another hit. 156 hit points. He's a one shot now if he can get this next round in. Dials in, fires where he thinks it's going to be, and gets the kill shot. 74 hit points. Now, can he do the same to the SU-100? I hope so. He's a one shot now as well. No, he didn't get it right. He didn't judge exactly where the SU-100 was going to be. Fires again. This time he should get it. Yes, he does, and it wipes him out. That's his third kill of the game so far. Right, T-34, he judged that it was going to pull forward, it didn't, so he missed on that shot. Now he's actually quite a long way forward in this position. He could actually be spotted by the enemy, and that's a big worry in a Arty this big, because it is a big Arty. And we've got an IS approaching from the south, and he needs to address that now. Okay, he's going to fire around in the IS. He gets a hit, 136, but the IS is taken down before he can get any more shots off. But he can hit this AMX 12 ton. He fires that round in, but it wasn't dialed in, so it missed the target. He's aiming for the AMX 12 ton and gets a hit, wipes him out completely. 347 hit points. That's what a fully dialed in shot can do. It can take out the enemy just like that. It is lightly armoured, and that 10.5cm gun is very, very accurate when it's dialed in. Okay, SU-100, that's the box tank, and he's fighting it out with that Type 62 light tank, tier 7. The box tank is, oh, and he's gone. The box tank's gone. He was actually taken out by the Hellcat. Now we've got an M4. He's off to the south, fires around in, hits the rock face. Now he's dialing in as accurately as he can get. Fires the round in, gets a hit. 130 hit points hit the front of the tank. He actually had the ground points, the little dots at the end, behind the M4. But the shell must have hit the front or top of the M4 when it went in, and that P43 is going around the corner to try and get that M4 to come out of the hole, and it looks like he's hiding in there to avoid any Arty shells. Unfortunately, we lose the P43, but the M4 is destroyed by the Type 62. Now, there is an enemy down there. It looked like it was a T-71. Now, the enemy still has 5 left. There's a Hummel up on top of the rise on the horseshoe. And he's facing off against that Type 62 who almost turned over there. The Hummel's taken a hit. He can fire another round and gets the kill shot. 40 hit points. We lose the Type 62, unfortunately. But that means he's now got 5 kills. If he gets one more, he's got a Top Gun. There are still 4 enemy left. So technically speaking, he could still get a Radley Walters. He's not going to get a Pools. There isn't enough to get a Pools medal. At least I don't think he can. No, he can't. Numerically, it's impossible. He would only be able to get 9 if he killed all of the enemy. Okay, but he's still got a number of his own team. He's got 8 members of his own team still alive. And there's 2 of them, the T-29 and the VK3001D, are moving around the back. So that T-71 is going to have to do something very soon. Otherwise, he is going to get killed by those tanks coming up on him. And the P-43 is coming up on him as well. We've spotted one of the enemy. Okay, he's down. There's SU-100 down here in the corner. And the VK gets a shot into him. And so does Haenry. And the SU-100 is a one-shot now. Fires the round in. And yes, that's a kill shot. 25 hit points. That's his Top Gun. Now, where is this T-71 gone? We lost the P-43 in the meanwhile. He's pulling back a little bit behind the bush. All the enemy are down to the south now, so I don't think he has to worry about anyone coming from the east. But what he has to worry about is what these enemy are doing down here, because they are whittling down his guys. Fires around at the P-43, gets a good hit, and he's got a fire! He's got a fire. This is the second time he's had a fire, and he kills the P-43 with the fire. Must not have been carrying a fire extinguisher, that P-43. There's the T-71. Fires around in. No, bit late. Now, he's firing heat rounds now. That's the problem. If you get your loadout wrong, you'll end up with the wrong ammunition. Now, in this particular instance, a heat round has to actually strike the target to actually do damage. But when it does strike the target, it can do a lot of damage all in one shot. It is premium ammo, and this is one of the few Artys that does carry premium ammo in the game. Oh, we lost the T-29, and that's unfortunate. T-71 is a Unicum, or a senior player. I know that may sound as if it's XVM focusing, but we're not actually. We're just interested in the XVM rating of that player, and he is a good one. So we know we're going to have trouble from him. Now, it's not a problem that he's not that tree down, because even though the enemy Arty might be watching, and there is still an M41 on the enemy team out there, I think he's probably going to be more focused on what that Wolverine's up to, because that Wolverine is approaching the T-71. Pretty sure that T-71... There's the enemy Arty. Okay, it's the M41. Dialing in. Let's make sure, because you want to make one-shot kill. Ammo racks him. Takes him out of the game, demolishes him. Demolition badge. There's the T-71. Fires that too soon because he wasn't fully dialed in. It missed. Now he's going to have to make sure these shots hit. Oh, that's going to miss. It's just going to make an expensive hole in the ground because it's heat rounds. You actually have to hit the target. Now, where did he go? He's got his Radley Walters when he took out the M41. But where's this T-71? Oh, there he is. And he's taking shots at the Hummel. And unfortunately, we lose our Hummel. He was out in the open, too open. The T-71 could see him. Now, Haenry's backing off here. And with good reason. If that T-71 pops up, he could fire with his auto magazine. Oh, what happened? Oh, the battle time expired. Oh, my gum. Now, that's odd because the replay finishes at the 22-second mark. Showing there's 22 seconds still to go. But for some reason, the game ended early with that T-71 still alive. I'm very curious about that because there wasn't enough time for the T-71 to cap. even so. But the battle should have carried on, because the T-71 should have had the opportunity to kill all of the remaining players, and it appears that he was unable to do so. But it's ended at the 22-second mark. Now, that's a bit of an anomaly. I've never seen that before. I have seen some weird endings, but that one caps it all. So let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's an ace tanker for Haenry in the 105 leFH18B2. He also picks up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 16. He gets an Aslains medal because he set fire to not one but 2 vehicles during that battle. He set fire to the OI experimental, and it doesn't actually say. No, it definitely was a fire. I know for sure, because it appeared a long time after, well, not long, a few seconds after the shell landed. So it must have been a fire that set him off. And of course, then he also set fire to the SU-100 down at the other end. That one there. Yes, so he definitely set fire to that one. Yep, it doesn't say exactly what the fire was. But on top of that, he also picked up a demolition expert because he exploded the M41 by setting off his ammo rack. He got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. Radley Walters for getting at least 8 kills, and he did get exactly 8. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. Now, let's have a look at team scores. Well, he got the highest damage, naturally, 2,724 hit points. He was actually 200 hit points higher than the T-71. And if the T-71 had actually managed to put a few rounds into Haenry, then actually I think he would have picked up the Top Gun for that battle. But for some reason, the replay ended early at that point, and he didn't get the chance to. He also managed to pick up 8 kills. The T-71 got 7 on the enemy team. So again, he was desperately short of getting his Radleys. And when it came to base XP, he got 1,181, which was an ace tanker. And then they're very difficult to get in the FIFI. And the highest on the enemy team managed 863, and that's actually bigger than the second highest scorer on the winning team. So congratulations to the T-71 for doing so well, but it's such a pity that you weren't able to complete the battle within the 10 minutes allotted. So let's have a look at the detail report. Well, Haenry fired 37 rounds, got 16 direct hits, 16 penetration, 8 splash. Damage of 2,724 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 11 of the enemy, that's more than 2/3 of the enemy team, and killed 8 of them. He also did damage assistance of 246 hit points. On a premium account, he earned 57,675 credits. That's a huge total. It really is a big one. And after ammunition resupply of 24,000, he still had 33,579 credits spare. Now, he did use up a lot of heat ammo at the end, and that's why this figure here is so high. If he'd actually cut back on the number of heat rounds he actually carried, and only carried just a few, just for those dire emergencies, like you're facing one-on-one against an enemy opponent with thick armor, then that would probably be better and make him more profit overall. But 33,000 is still a good score for a tier 5 Arty. He received 1,772 XP. It was ×5 for the first victory of the day, and because the FIFI is a premium vehicle, he got an extra 709 XP, bringing his total to a gargantuan 9,569 XP overall, and that's a really good score. So congratulations to Haenry, or Haenry, whichever way you want to pronounce it, for your Radley Walters in the FIFI. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.